We got a crazy as hell situation over here, and it's gonna be amazing.
Jiminy Christmas sports fans, buckle your seatbelts, cause I'm about to take you on a wild ride here. And I don't
Okay.
want your, noodle getting blasted against the side of your skull, cause this is a lot of information you're gonna need to be
My noodle's not that long.
processing to keep up with the lore. So,
Okay.
yesterday, and I'm sure a lot of you have been keeping up with this as well, but I'm still going to lay out the bare bones of the situation.
Right.
Yesterday, out of nowhere, there was a statement posted on Lil Tay's Instagram claiming that she has passed away, as well as her brother. Lil Tay is 14 years old, so obviously this was very shocking to hear for a lot of people. It's just an extremely sad situation. Not only
Yeah.
did she pass away, but now they've just revealed that the brother has also passed away. Just horrible all around. This was a huge story and just like a complete out of nowhere event that caught everyone by surprise. And it also seems a lot of people forgot who Lil Tay was because it's
True, I remember hearing that name, but after that, I never heard it again. I'm pretty sure she just said the N-word as a child and got famous or something like that. It was a wild thing that made no absolute sense.
been 5 years since she's been active in the cyberspace. And in internet time, 5 years is ancient history. That
True.
shit's going back to like the primordial ooze. Nobody remembers things that happened 5 minutes ago, let alone 5 years. So I'll just go ahead and give you a brief refresher here. Lil Tay was a 9-year-old influencer who blew up in 2018 by
For?
posting content of her flexing money. She'd also do tours of mega mansions talking about
Yo, remember the good old times when just flexing money was the way to go? Nowadays, you don't even have to flex money. Now you just have to write on Twitter that you have the solution to get rich, and people are gonna buy it because they are absolutely so desperate. Previously, at least, you needed to have like Monopoly money stacks and flaunt them around. Now you don't even have to do that. You just literally need to promise people you're gonna make them rich, and people are gonna come. It's absolutely insane.
how she buys them all the time. She'd be in expensive sports cards and say shit like, I don't have a license, but that doesn't mean that I still can't own the goddamn Batmobile. And then she'd do like
True.
a fan of money, like she was a magician, asking you to pick a card, but the only card there was Benjamin Franklin's. The content was basically just, here's a 9-year-old who's saying absurd things and has a seemingly absurd amount of money. Now,
Yeah, I never saw that. I just knew she existed. I just knew the name Lil Tay, but I didn't know that that's the thing.
obviously, no 9-year-old is going to really act this way. This was all a persona. But
Really?
it turns out it wasn't like her idea or anything.
Oh, really? A 9-year-old didn't come up with this idea. Wow. Wow. Man, that opens some new doors to my perspectives.
Actually, a pretty sad situation. As more details arose here, it turns out the people closest to her were the ones basically controlling her whole life. They gave her
Oh,
this
really?
role that she was forced to
Are we gonna call them parents or not, I wonder?
play. They'd tell her what to do and what to say, and they'd get all of the expensive cars and mansions set up so that way she could go film content in there and flex on everyone so that way they could capitalize off of her viral fame. It's a classic case that we've seen a million times in Hollywood with absolutely degenerate scum using their kids to live vicariously through and make money off of. It's just
Yo, has anyone seen what's currently happening in Hollywood, by the way? Half the Hollywood kids are currently transgender in some way, okay? And the current fad in Hollywood is just have a kid, adopt a kid, get a kid off the black market or wherever you can acquire a kid, and just congratulations, they're trans. That's like the thing that's currently happening. It's absolutely insane. More than 50% of the kids in Hollywood are currently like that. Yeah, I bet that's natural and shit.
just abhorrent shit, really. Now, obviously, when this news broke, everyone was surprised and upset. However, there was a small number of people who got suspicious because in the past, the Lil Tay Instagram account has actually posted something out of the blue before with some very disturbing allegations. It's since been deleted and buried, but it was enough to at least put it on people's radar as something
Tell
that maybe
us!
requires a little more investigation just to ensure that there's no fishy business or it's not some kind of lie or some hacker pretending to be the family of Lil Tay and making this announcement. So There was a group of people that did some super sleuthing, cosplaying as L from Death Note, and just putting together the puzzle pieces. And most notably, this included TMZ.
Cosplay.
So they had been contacting like police departments as well as other organizations, just asking if they had any death certificates or records of her passing or her brother's passing, to which they all said no. And eventually, TMZ apparently got in contact with Lil Tay herself directly, who
Or the ghost of Lil Tay.
confirmed that it was all a ruse. Her and her brother are very much alive, and all of this hoopla was the result of a hacker getting access to her Instagram. She said, "I want to make it clear that my brother and I are safe and alive, but I'm completely heartbroken and struggling to even find the right words to say. It's been a very traumatizing 24 hours.
I'm sure it has,
Now,
lol.
this whole situation is so fucking weird then. Because
Okay.
there's actually an even deeper layer here. The
Okay.
question would obviously be, why would a hacker bother doing this? Like, this doesn't make any sense. And right now, the leading...
Wait, no, it does make sense. You just did a lol. You just did a funny thing. It makes sense.
theory is that it ties into crypto. And let
Crypto?
me explain. I actually learned about this from a
Ow!
publication speculating on why this might have even been posted in the first place. So it turns out there is a crypto
Man, when crypto gets involved, you know things are about to get deep.
coin called Lil Tay token.
Oh.
And it's existed for a little
Oh
while.
my god, yes! To speculate. The Lil Tay token, genius. First she dies, it goes down, then she reappears like the Jesus that she is, and then she goes up. It's actually pretty smart. I guess it does make sense.
Now, though I don't think it's fully released or anything like that.
Oh.
But in
Then
the
it
wake
doesn't
of
make
all of this
sense.
information here, with like you fake out that Lil Tay and her brother are dead, people were wondering what the fuck would anyone even gain by making up that lie. So
I mean, does the brother also have a crypto token to him?
they turned their attention back to the Lil Tay token, and this account is actually pretty active on Twitter. They're denying that this was all a publicity stunt. This is actually spearheaded by someone who has worked closely with Lil Tay in the past. So, the theory does hold a bit of water. They wanted to get Lil Tay's name out there in a big way to get a ton of publicity and hype around her. So they went with the Dino Spumoni approach here from Hey Arnold with the fake death thing. And it got everyone talking about Lil Tay, which in turn would get people to talk about Lil Tay token when it drops. Maybe the idea was drum up...
Dude, why can't you drop the token first and then do it? Because if you have hacked someone's account, you don't need to do anything. They're probably not gonna know. They're not gonna change their account password just magically or anything. So the thing is about when you get hacked, you get hacked for life unless you change that thing. Someone may have hacked you, but they have no use for your account right now or for your anything right now. So they just can log in and do anything they want. But they don't because there's no need.
All of this interest around Lil Tay's name, then this crypto token comes out and people buy it in honor of her memory. And I think that is the stupidest idea ever. If that is actually the root of all of this evil here with this whole situation, that would be a dumber idea than the fucking shake weight. That is so
The
stupid.
shake weight was genius. Take your words back, you filthy elf-looking pigeon.
That would make no sense. There is no logical thought process that would go into someone saying like, man, it really sucks that Lil Tay and her brother passed away so young, that's tragic. And then being like, in order to show support to their memory, I'm going to buy an overpriced crypto shitcoin. That's what they would have wanted. Like, that's just not going to happen. This would never
I mean, would they not have actually wanted that?
move tokens. This
You
would
can't know for sure.
never sell crypto for them. So I don't really think that's what the whole purpose was, but it's also hard to deny that there is a chance with how degenerate the internet's become that a team might actually try this. So it's possible, but I think it's unlikely. I think one thing is very clear here though. Lil Tay is surrounded by bad people. They told her everything to say back in 2018, saying awful
Yeah, like literally any child star in the history of ever and ever, and in the future also. Huh.
things, doing garbage shit for the sake of being a viral celebrity so that they could make money off of her.
Yes.
She is surrounded by fucking parasites. The people that she's supposed to be able to trust and rely on most in her life seem to be the ones that are controlling her whole life for their own personal gain financially. It's so sad. But I would like to expand a bit on what I alluded to earlier, where this isn't the first post that's popped up on her account from somebody else about some very disturbing stuff. A couple years ago, there was actually a post on her Instagram talking about how she needs to be saved from her abusive father. And it linked to a GoFundMe page which raised like $17,000, alleging that the father was abusing her and a lot of other really disturbing allegations as well. It was started by her brother and alleges that the father is evil and abusing her and doing everything he can to control all of her money. And it also has like a bunch of...
Abusing, I think, goes a little bit too far. Like, yeah, the parents aren't great in these situations, but I haven't heard about a lot of abuse happening, honestly, in these type of things. Strange a little bit, but, you know.
Pictures as well as evidence. It says that the goal of the GoFundMe is to free her from the life of abuse that she currently lives, and that they're going to be doing everything they can to get her...
Also, I don't actually buy this too much because, well, if that is true, then, well, the celebrity things continue going on, you know? If their parents didn't care about her 9-year-old daughter, they're probably not caring about her when she's 10, 11, 12, and 13, okay? They just continue to use her as a milking tool. But as much as I understand, that's not exactly what's happening. They, like, did the thing, and then they stopped doing the thing.
Away from the father, and I believe that's through the, like, court system. But I haven't been able to find any information on that or any updates on the situation at all. There's only one update provided on the GoFundMe, and that was like a week after it launched, where this is what was said. I want to take this time to personally thank everyone that believes the truth and supported Tay even through the conspiracy theories. Please realize the Supreme Court case directly involving a minor is not public information. All documents are sealed and will not show up in the registry. The truth...
Why would the Supreme Court care about a minor?
It will eventually come out. Chris Hope owes $400K in child support and has stolen millions. Just now speaking about this because I no longer am a minor and now have the right to do so without harming my family legally. All people alleging that I am stealing money through a GoFundMe, please look at the facts, look at the police reports and the abuse. This is a serious situation. I feel like if you raise $17,000 for a situation as serious as this, you would want to keep people updated on what's happening here, and people would want to know. But somehow... This has just flown completely under the radar. I can't find any follow-up to any of these.
I wonder how many GoFundMes are actually just blatant scams. Because if there's not enough attention about the GoFundMe, you get away with it. You know? You achieve your goal of whatever, buy me a sandwich and it's like 10K, magically achieve it. You don't have to prove that you bought a sandwich. No one cares. So, a lot of these smaller things that where there's not that many interested people, you can just scam so easy through it.
Claims or anything that's happened since this GoFundMe. The brother hasn't said anything on it, which is fucking weird. A lot of people...
Maybe he's dead. Dun, dun, dun.
People apparently accuse this of being a scam, claiming that the brother was taking the money here from the GoFundMe for himself, just pocketing it. And I can see why people would think that, because he hasn't fucking said anything about it. He hasn't given any updates on anything here. It's just been complete radio...
How do you even know it's actually the brother?
Silence for the last couple of years where no one knows what's going on with this. And that doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't you keep people in the loop? Especially because it's so serious and people are directly donating to try and do their best to help. The brother of Lil Tay has been a very controversial person since the beginning of Lil Tay's career, where there's a lot of accusations against him for a lot of different things. So the fact that...
When he says brother, I think... I'm missing information here. Is the brother, like, I don't know, 40-year-old? Is the brother, like, a 20-year-old? Is the brother the same age as her? Is the brother, like, 10 years older than her? Well, I think that's like a very, very relevant piece of information that I feel like I should have to understand this story.
All of this here, the hashtag Save Lil Tay movement, all of it that he was putting out there to try and get some steam behind has just vanished without a trace from him or anyone else involved here. It's all really weird. So the post out of the blue claiming that both Lil Tay and her brother had died is not the first time that something has popped up on her Instagram out of the blue with some very alarming stuff. So the whole thing is baffling. It's such a weird mess. I don't know
Okay.
why a hacker would take over her Instagram account to make that post, and I also don't see why anyone on her team would make that post either. There's just nothing to be gained from anyone, no matter what angle
I
you
mean,
spin it. Like,
sounds
even the
true.
crypto angle, assuming that that theory is even remotely true, there's nothing to gain there. Like, there's
What an
no
absolutely
one
wild
wins.
story.
Like, nothing makes sense about this situation. So,
Well, if Lil Tay just wanted attention, she got it. She wins in that case, if that's the goal. We don't know if it's the goal, you know. Well, we will know if that's the goal, and if she actually starts doing stuff right, after this, drum up the attention, and bam, you restart your career. If that happens, then it's kind of clear what happened, right? But other than that, yeah, it's a mess.
yeah, it's just been a weird, wild ride here with this whole story.
True, Charlie, true. It is what it is. Anyway, this was Chris Citizen. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And have a nice day. Bye-bye.